Because right now the president is saying, well, judges, you gave yourselves absolute judicial immunity. The Constitution did not, but you gave yourself absolute judicial immunity. Come on, do me a favor too. Give me, the president, also the same judicial absolute immunity that you gave yourselves. That is basically what the president's team is asking over here. We cannot have that. No. Who is boss in this country, I asked earlier on. Is it Martha Koome? Is it Uhuru Kenyatta? Is it Devin D? Or is it us, the people? Who is boss? If we, the people, are boss, then our word should rule and prevail. And if we put qualifiers in judicial immunity, like unlawful, not in good faith, we mean exactly what we say when you put those particular phrases in the Constitution. They're not to be ignored by judges. You're supposed to act faithfully in upholding that Constitution. That is the delegated authority we gave you, not to act beyond the authority we gave you. So Bell's decision is wrong. Uhuru Kenyatta as president cannot rely on that in an effort to get himself absolute immunity. He does not have absolute immunity. Section 3 of the Supreme Court Act talks about this court using history in an effort to get to the text and context of matters and all that. Section 14 of the retired Constitution was dealing with presidential immunity. You can compare that with Article 143 of the current Constitution, and you'll find that on the criminal side, we reduced the immunity of the president because we inserted Article 143, Clause 4, whereby we allowed him to be sued in criminal matters if the matter touches on an international treaty which allows him to be proceeded against. So we reduced his immunity. Very consciously we did that. When it comes to Article 143, Clause 2, dealing with civil proceedings, in the retired Constitution, you could not institute or continue any civil proceedings against a president. Then he had absolute immunity against civil proceedings. But under the current Constitution, you're only prohibited from instituting, which means if he had a pre-existing civil matter before he became president, that continues, which means, again, we reduced his immunity in the current Constitution. So we, the people, reduced his immunity. The president seems asking us, asking you as a court, basically to enhance it and give him absolute immunity. We cannot have immunity for impunity. No. We want a president who lawfully abides by this Katiba of ours, lawfully abides by our national legislation. We cannot have him doing anything he feels like president, as asked by the second prayer of the president's team. The first prayer is faithful to Article 143, Clause 2. But the second prayer says he wants immunity for anything he does as president. If you grant him immunity for anything he does as president, then he'll be immune from any action such as what he did in this BBI case. He exercised state authority in pushing the BBI case, yet he had no authority under the Constitution to appoint the BBI steering committee to engage himself in constitutional change conduct. That is not allowable. He wants to be given more than we, the people, gave him. And you, as the Supreme Court, in being faithful to only in accordance with this Constitution, cannot. In fact, you have no power to enhance his immunity. I know they've given us very wonderful reasons, dignity, confidentiality of state matters, etc., etc., etc. Yes. But let us look at the record. How many cases in the last 11 or so years since the Katiba has been in place, 12 years almost, have been brought against a president on civil matters? On civil matters. Forget about electoral matters. Forget about constitutional matters. Civil matters. Frankly speaking, I'll be very hard-pressed to find any. Kenyans are not litigious against the office of the president. No. We respect that particular office. Even if you take my case in 2013, that was before Justice Lenaola, it was on a constitutional matter. It was not on a civil matter. I was not seeking any money from them. No. So let us be faithful to this Constitution of ours. The president's team, they want to be granted immunity for impunity. We say no. We are a lawful, law-abiding nation. The rule of law is one of the principles of national governance that we have in Article 10. We have to uphold that. Everybody has to abide by the law in this country. Whether you're president, whether you're a judge, whether you're a private citizen, all of us have to abide by the law in this country. Under Article 27, which the president's team relied on, all of us are equal before the law, even if you're president. We do not have two tiers of citizenship, two tiers of persons. We are all equal before the law, and all of us must abide by this law.